So here we have CGCP 1130 by Chesthetica. Now in this position, white has two knights and a pawn against black's rook and bishop, which means white actually has less material. Notice also that white cannot capture the bishop on b8 because the rook pins it against the king. Yet there's actually a mate in 4 for white here. I will now show you the solution. Okay, first let's look at some of the mistakes that white could make. For example, knight to a6. Well then here, bishop captures c7, and then if knight captures c7, rook captures c7, king captures c7, this is a draw. Even at this point, the game is basically drawn. White could play maybe king to d7, then black replies with rook to h8, knight captures c7, king to a7, and all black needs to do is exchange his rook for one of those knights, which is not going to be difficult. And it's a dead draw. Another possibility is, for example, king to d7 on the first move, but then rook captures c7, and then white may be losing here. What about knight to d5? Same problem because bishop captures c7, and we are basically where we were at before. So the key move is actually knight to b6 check. Now the king only has one response to a7. The pawn is still pinned, so white captures the rook with his knight. The king is forced back to a8. And here you might think, why not capture the bishop and promote to queen? Because after black recaptures on b8, again white is left with two knights against a king, which is impossible to force a checkmate. So white goes back to b6. King has to move to a7, and here, surprisingly, the fastest win is promotion to knight with checkmate. So 3 knights delivering checkmate on the black king. If white promotes to queen, it's going to take a move longer. The bishop makes a move anywhere, and then queen to b7 or even queen to a8. So the main line of the solution is actually quite interesting. Already white is behind in material and yet is able to win beautifully with knight to b6 check. The king moves to a7, knight captures c8 check, the king has to move back to a8, and then the knight moves back to b6, and then the king moves back to a7, and white finishes with an under promotion. I hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time.